It's kind of funny, but it's yeah. Okay, sound check. The only thing we could do is turn the main sound off. Yeah. Okay, let's start the show. Yeah.
Oh, I see. Simple as that, huh? Simple as that. I'll let you know next year. We had it for Christmas Day. Oh, that's good.
I'll cue Floyd.
Okay, am I going to play the third lesson?
Oh, yeah, we might as well.
Right now?
Yeah, just click on that.
Places
Okay, let's push the slides in. The other one. Yeah, you can put it in the smaller one. So pull the banner, main camera, insert slides. That's good. And then click on the main camera. Oops, slide went away. You're clicking on the wrong insert slide. There we go. Hello everybody, now we're on.
Sorry about that.
That's okay. So good morning everyone and Happy New Year. It's January 1st, 9 o'clock in the morning on 2022. And of course, the slide is wrong. Okay. I guess everyone now knows that I was reusing last year's slide. Okay, so New Year's Day service 2022. Okay. So we're going to, we just did that. So this morning, for the chanting, we're going to do Sanbujo, and this will be followed by the Shoshinge chanting, which is about 12 minutes long. So if you would like to chant along, the white books are in the back. The words will also come out on the screen. Also, if you'd like to offer incense during this time, it's also another good time to do it. Namanda, Vitsanamanda, Vitsanamanda, Vitsanamanda. No. Respectfully call upon the Tathagata Amida, the Tathagata Shakyamuni, and the Tathagatas of the 10 directions to enter this place of practice, joyfully scattering flowers of welcome. Namanda, Ritsanamanda, Ritsanamanda. Yeah.
節一切群上無故障本願名号少女号死心心行願に浄土学初代涅槃必死滅道願成就如来所以ご出世唯説未断本願会五辱悪事群上会往生如来明実言納仏一年期愛心不難本の徳涅槃本上逆法作へ入入主死入会一理摂取信仰上昇後異の水波無明暗単内心臓死運無常不真実真人天非如にご分無死下妙無暗逆心謙虚内狂気即を調節合悪種一切善悪門無人門心如来偶世願仏願後内生下者善人名本来利権異他仏本願念仏邪見行魔なく修上信行十字人理なな中島昔インド祭天使論下中華自治義士こそ現代諸国世勝利妙如来本勢大きい釈迦如来両合戦理主五妙な天竺流十大自出土世質の財波無限先絶大乗無情報召喚議事小安楽天智難行六六信行異行四道楽億年未断仏本願知念即時入筆上唯の上昇如来語応報大偶世言天神菩薩語論説奇妙無下光如来永衆他ら見真実後世の頂戴世願こういう本願力へこ異道群上昇一心非入空毒大崩壊逸逆入大へ収集特使連下造世界即昇進如精進有門の人間人図入生自用自用下本師論断両天使上高難小菩薩来三蔵ルシ十上教本上宣教気楽法天神菩薩論中下報道因果見世願大言でこゆたり少女死因有信心惑前文部信心没承知承知即涅槃一死無量光明の小不修上回復家土砂結晶道難所有名浄土活入万全自力変満種変満独語感染症 殺三神経本願粗末放滅道品一生増悪地無税死安女外称名化全道六名部所意公愛上三女逆は公明明後見因縁海日本願第一回行者少女今後心狂気一年相互用意大と逆三人即少少市上楽献身公開一大教返帰安女間一切先祖出身反戦人法家二の小弁流国中悪人有所物外薬剤非摂取中本の証言水不見大非無権上昇が本資源空明仏教年民全幕文部人新宗教諸公編集戦弱本願空悪性現代生じ人間芸決死議長理少子即入弱上無意は一新人異の入空教内自主死と調査無変国上苦悪同族自主武道心有意化心識構想説Now, let's sit together quietly for a few moments. So just relax and get comfortable. If you are able, sit forward in your seat and place both feet flat on the ground. Now sit up straight and align your head
neck, shoulders, and back in a straight line that goes down to the floor. Place your hands comfortably in your lap. Now close your eyes and just breathe. Breathe in and breathe out. In and out. As you breathe in, you'll feel energy filling your body. And as you breathe out, any stress or worries in your mind just fade away. Just breathe. The sound of the gong will signal the end of our quiet meditation. Okay, let's see if I can stand up without falling down. So I'd like to share a story for you with everyone for the Children's Dharma Story Time. And this one is a story called Lottie and Walter, written by Anna Walker. Oops, sorry. I forgot. We need to go to the Kindle to do this one. There we go. Lottie and Walter by Anna Walker. And this book is dedicated for Dear Janie. Thank you. Lottie had a secret. Her mom didn't know the secret, and neither did her baby brother. Her swimming teacher definitely didn't know the secret. Only Lottie knew that there was a shark hiding in the swimming pool. The shark didn't want to eat the other kids. It wanted to eat Lottie. Each Saturday morning, Lottie went to swimming class, watched, waited, put her shoes back on, and went home again. Every week was the same. Almost every week. Next Saturday is the pool party, said Lottie's mom. Would the shark be at the party? Lottie shivered. She looked down at the puddle under her flipper. And in the reflection, Lottie saw something looking back at her. That was the moment Walter arrived. I don't want to swim next week, Lottie told Walter on the way home. Walter didn't answer. He was too busy singing. Hum belly doo, lum belly la, loopy loo. Lottie discovered that Walter liked books and bubbles, but he didn't love shampoo in his eyes. When fish fingers were served for dinner, Walter ate them all. It turned out they were his favorite, just like Lottie. At night, when Lottie was scared of the dark, Walter sang quietly.
Hum-belly-doo, lum-belly-la, loopy-loo. She fell asleep and dreamed of sailing the high seas. Lottie was so busy during the week, she forgot all about the swimming pool. But on Friday, while playing hide and seek, she began to feel uneasy. "No one will find us here," Lottie whispered. But they couldn't hide from Saturday. "I'm not swimming," Lottie announced, "and neither is Walter." Lottie didn't want to be eaten. Everyone was enjoying the pool party. Her mother, her brother, the swimming teacher, the children, and the shark. Lottie listened to the water lap and gurgle, and then, from deep in the shadows, she heard another sound. Hum-belly-doo. She moved closer to the edge. Lum-belly-la, loopy-loo. Lottie shuffled her flippers, looked down at the waves, and took a deep breath. Hum-belly-doo! Lottie had a new secret. There was no shark in the swimming pool. There were only children swimming and splashing. But now, Lottie knew, somewhere hiding and waiting for her was Walter. The end. And there's a short profile of Anna Walker. Anna Walker writes and illustrates picture books in Melbourne, Australia. As a child, she was afraid of the water, but she enjoys swimming now. Though occasionally, she still likes a walrus to hold her hand. Sometimes it takes a little help from a friend to find the courage that was inside of you all along. And that, I think, is the end of the story. So, oops, that's the wrong one. Okay, so just a quick comment here from our friends. So, hey, Happy New Year, everybody. Thanks for tuning in. And, thank you, everybody. Happy New Year. Happy Year of the Tiger. And, let's see, I'm just going to make a quick comment. Did you guys know that Sensei is afraid of the water, too? I was absolutely terrified of the swimming pool because when I was a little boy, my older brother, I was wearing a flotation ring, he thought he'd be funny, and he pulled out the plug. So I can literally see myself sinking below the surface and then looking up, kind of going, okay, this is not good. Story goes on. My mother jumps into the pool. She saves me, and so I didn't drown. I've had a thing about my brother ever since then, but I've been terrified of the water. Oh, really, Sensei? Well, I'm a dog. I can swim. Well, really, I'm a ladybug. I float on the top of the surface. Well, despite that, Mimi dragged me into going scuba diving, and I became a dive master. Believe that or not. Okay, so you don't want me to be your dive master because I'm afraid of the water. Oh, Sensei, that's pretty funny. All right, anyway, sorry, I'm just kind of making it up for today. Hopefully with the children's Dharma story, we'll continue telling stories and then have to figure out how to do the puppet show thing. So if anybody has any good ideas for how to integrate the puppet show into a live audience performance, we'll see how it goes. Okay, kids, you can now go run off and do stuff what you do on New Year's Day. I'd just like to have a short Dharma talk for the adults. So first, Haole Makahiki Ho. Happy New Year. Let's see what's in Japan, we'd say Akemashite omedetou gozaimasu. So felicitations on the opening of the new year. And you only say this on January 1st, the first time you meet someone. There's a different expression for the next time you meet them. Honnen mo yoroshiku onegai itashimasu. In this year, may we also continue to receive the favor of your kind consideration. And this is the standard greeting. So good morning and welcome to the first Dharma Family Service of 2022. I'd like to start with a message from Reverend Dr. Taitetsu Unno. For a Buddhist, every year is a new year. Every day, a new day. Every moment, a new moment. The significance of life is to be discovered in the here and now, not in some remote past, nor in some unknown future. But this realization does not come easily, for we live in a linguistically constructed world where clock time, calendar time, and abstract time are easily mistaken for time itself. Namo Amitabutsu, Namo Amitabutsu. The wisdom of Reverend Dr. Taitetsu Unno. You can find this in his book, Shin Buddhism, Bits of Rubble Turned into Gold. So Reverend Unno's, Dr. Unno's insight here is that we think of time as being this discrete thing, and actually it's not. So, yesterday was New Year's Eve, and today is New Year's Day. Well, who decided that? Is this really the beginning of a new year? What's a year? So, anyway, it does challenge our thinking. We just assume, hey, January 1st is the new year. Another year has begun. Maybe. It's just the kind of thing that you have to think about. So thank you to everyone for waking up and coming to join us this New Year's Day service. Actually, not thank you, but thank Buddha. Right? Thank Buddha for allowing me to wake up this morning, for this opportunity to speak to you today, for this wonderful gathering of honorable friends and fellow travelers on the Buddhist path, despite some very unusual causes and conditions. And thank Buddha for the causes and conditions of my life that have brought me and Mimi to Makawao to celebrate our third New Year's in a new place, surrounded by new friends and fellow travelers on the path of the Lembas. So thank Buddha for this new year, this new day, and this moment. At the seminary in Kyoto, I was taught, not only the way to not only listen to, but to hear the Dharma, the teachings. And it goes something like this. So listen as if this moment was your first time to hear the truth of the Dharma teachings. Listen as if this moment was the last time you're going to hear the Dharma teachings. Listen as if the Dharma teachings were intended just for you and you alone. Listen as if you intend to share this truth with your family and friends and community. So in this way, you will actively and consciously and deliberately listen to the Dharma, to the teachings, and in this way you begin to internalize these teachings. You make it your own. And this is what we in Japanese we say chomo, to hear the truth of the Dharma teachings. So you might have noticed the calligraphy mounted above the facade that's high above the inner altar area. This calligraphy was hand-painted by Monshu Otani Kojun, the 25th abbot, the 25th Gomonshu of the Jodo Shinshu Hongwanji organization, so the mother temple in Kyoto. He's the young gentleman on the right, in the photograph over there. And if you read it from right to left, it's written in Chinese style, it says, Ji Shin Kyo Nin Shin. And this is the first line of a very famous passage by Zendo, Shandao, who's number 5 of the 7 masters of the Pure Land tradition. And the whole passage translates as, to have religious understanding and to teach that to others is the most difficult thing. To share the great compassion with others is truly to express one's gratitude to the Buddha. So the characters in the calligraphy can also be translated as to have Shinjin yourself, to have faith of Shinjin yourself, and to share that with others. So for this new year, 2022, let's truly aspire to hear the message of these words and take the deeper meaning to heart. The most important thing in this unrepeatable life is to awaken to a true awareness of self, to take the first step on the Nembutsu path of Amida's wisdom and compassion, to settle one's own faith of Shinjin during this unrepeatable life, and thus we assure our birth in the Pure Land of Amida, and we assure our return to this world in oneness with Amida's compassion and wisdom. So last night, we rang the bell, the temple bell, 108 times to remind us of the 108 egocentric, self-centered blind passions. So all the forces, conscious, unconscious, subconscious, that propel unenlightened people to think and feel and act and speak whether in happiness or sorrow, in such a way as to cause uneasiness or frustration, torment, pain, sorrow, mentally, emotionally, spiritually, and even physically. So let us aspire this year to truly hear the truth of the Dharma teachings, to internalize these truths, to let go of our egocentric thoughts, words, and actions, and just let Amida's wisdom and compassion work in our lives so as to transform our lives away from our self-centered cravings. So awakening to true and real life allows us to find joy in each moment of this unrepeatable life, and to live with strength and serenity when confronted with great change, to accept life as it unfolds naturally, just as it is, and to accept ourselves just as we are. And then we say Namo Amida Butsu as an expression of joyous gratitude for the gift of true and real life. And having settled our own faith of Shinjin, we then share the faith of Shinjin with others. And so when we say Namo Amida Butsu, we become the calling voice of Amida Buddha, reaching out to all beings in suffering, to all people who are disadvantaged, to those who are discriminated against, and to those who are hated as the other. When we say Namo Amida Butsu, we're saying, find your refuge in Amida's compassion. Seek guidance in the truth of the Dharma teachings, and let the Sangha temple community support you. And this is the meaning of the three treasures, the three jewels of Buddhism, the Buddha, the Dharma, and the Sangha. So, in 2022, may we all awaken to the embrace of wisdom and compassion, discover the faith of Shinjin that is in our heart of hearts, and then just let it shine on other people. In this way, we can change the world, one heart at a time. May the new year, 2022, the year of the tiger, be filled with aloha, mahalo, and ohana. And may your day and every day this year be filled with aloha. Namo. Thank you very much for listening. I can't remember what's next, sorry. Oh, there we go. We're going to sing some songs. So, let's see, we're going to sing Ondok-san. I think that's followed by the Nembutsu. Yeah. I need to edit this video because it's like, is it working or not? There we go.
Right here. It's going.
Through great love, which is Amida's directing of virtue for our going forth, we attain great compassion, which is Amida's directing of virtue for our return. If not for the Buddha's directing of virtue, how could we realize enlightenment in the pure land? Namo Amida. It's the words of Shinran Shonin, which you can find in the hymns of the Dharma ages. Namo Amida. Okay, let's sit together quietly for a few moments.
So just relax, get comfortable. If you're able, sit forward in your seat and place both feet flat on the ground. Sit up straight and align your head, neck, shoulders, and back in a straight line that goes down to the floor. Place your hands comfortably in your lap. Now close your eyes halfway so that you're looking both inwardly and outwardly. And just breathe. Breathe in and breathe out. In and out. As you breathe in, think of something for which you are grateful. And as you breathe out, just say mahalo. Thank you, thank you, thank you. Just breathe. The sound of the gong will signal the end of our quiet meditation.
I think we have a couple of announcements. I can't really remember. Oh, it's the video. So anyway. Let's see. So today, following this service, we will have the traditional ozoni, which is the Japanese soup with mochi in it, which is a traditional meal that you eat on the first day of the new year. This is going to be in the social hall. So in the social hall, so please feel free to join us for that. Also, we'll be having daily services. So 6:30 in the morning, we'll have sunrise service and chanting in the Eitaikyo chanting in the columbarium. And then at 8:30, we chant in the Shoshinka. And hopefully this will be happening every day. For those of you who are be interested, I am going to start a class in why do we chant the Shoshinka, what does it mean, what is the significance, how do you actually chant it, etc., etc., etc. So that's coming, hopefully. Sunrise service is at 6:30. Anybody wants to show up, you'd be more than welcome. Columbarium remains open 8:30 to 5. And we have a lot of sponsors which we'll thank by playing the video. So please, if you haven't had a chance to offer incense this morning, please feel free to offer incense. If you didn't get a chance to ring the bell yesterday, you can ring the bell today. Otherwise, please go to the social hall and let's enjoy some ozoni soup. Thank you very much. Not a lot of nuts.
My friend,
Yes.
maybe on Thursday or Friday, I need to talk to you. I went through those pictures of Shinran. I went to the book.
Okay.
There's some that I'm kind of.
You don't make it doesn't make
I
any sense.
really don't, but so I thought maybe those things I don't understand.
Yeah, and for particularly for the younger kids, we could drop a lot of that stuff.
Yeah, so I was thinking even his name, you know how many times he changed his name?
That's interesting for the adults, boring for the kids.
Yeah.